Today's lesson is in the world, but not of it. That's what today's lesson is. And that we all relate to this because all of us are in this world. All of us every single day got to operate in this world, deal with all different type of spirits, right? Good and the bad, every single day. So this is not a lesson that some can say, this ain't for me this week, right? They're talking about somebody else, right? All of us can relate to this. And Most High willing, everybody can be edified today, right? So in this world, right, we all got to deal with certain things. We got to live. We got to pay our bills, right? And we got people that are around us, so in our workplaces, we got to deal with issues that, we don't even know or we don't have control of, right? And that's why the Holy Spirit is so important, because it teaches us and shows us how to deal with certain things. Because a lot of times we operate just doing our thing and things just pop out of nowhere, right? And usually that first reaction is usually what we are. Typically, someone step on your foot and you strike there to get it ready and hit them, right? That's a spirit of anger on you, right? But what did Christ tell us? Turn the other cheek, right? And sometimes we can look at those things as, it's not that important. It's not that big of a deal. Like someone did that and be like, don't worry about it. But in the large scheme of things, that's very important. It's very important in the eyes of the Most High when we do those things, right? Let's go to Ephesians chapter 4, verse 29, right? So we're going to go into everything that our flesh is dealing with and in the spirit, because that makes up our whole being. So we're flesh and spirit. Look at Ephesians chapter 4. Go ahead.
This is Ephesians chapter 4, verse 29. Let no corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth.
Where it says no corrupt communication. Does it say some or a little bit? It says let no corrupt communication proceed out of our mouths. So we got to watch what we're saying. Right? Go ahead.
But that which is good to the use of edifying.
All right, so this is showing us how to operate in this world. So in this world, most people around us, they're using evil communication, right? Mm-hmm. Every single day. You listen to social media, TV, you see evil corruption or evil communication coming out, right? So what we see as the norm or the majority, that's what makes up the world, is the majority. So in this world, we got to have proper communication. Go ahead.
That it may minister grace unto the hearers.
Right. So it can minister grace into those that are hearing. Why? Because we're an example to everybody that's around us. Right? If we follow to Christ under the Most High, now we're the leader. So whatever we do, it becomes an example. So we're doing wickedness. We're leading others to wickedness if that's what we're doing. So that's why we got to be and have proper communication. All right? We're going to go to 1 Timothy chapter 3. Because as we see Christ always had proper communication. He didn't do anything that was corrupt. Everything that he stated is proper and righteous. Mm-hmm. As Christ being the way, the light, and light unto us, he showed us. He wasn't cussing, swearing at people while he's teaching the gospel like we see brothers do today. Right? They're like, it's okay to cuss. I can cuss. So you're trying to bring people to Christ and you cussing at them. Right? I don't think that's going to work. And what does that do? It shows that, that's what the Most High's people, that's how they operate. I think I'll just stay in my church where they don't do that to me. Oh, it sounds good. Now, we Israelites, all right, but I don't think that's proper. Right? So we got to be an example when it comes to every asset or every aspect of our lives. Every aspect of our lives, we got to be an example. Right? To our children, our friends, people that don't even know us. If we're walking out in the grocery store and we're doing something, we got to operate the same way. We can't turn it off. We can't turn off righteousness when we by ourselves. And then, I'm back on Shabbat class, and we turn it back on. It's phony. All right? 1 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1. Yeah, go ahead.
This is 1 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1. This is a true saying. If a man desire the office of a bishop, he desireth a good work.
Right. So if a man desires the office of a bishop, he desires something good. Right? Go ahead.
Dropping down to verse 7. Moreover, he must have a good report of them which are without.
The word without means those on the outside, those in the world. So you have to have a good rapport with those that don't know the Most High. So you can't just be like, well, the people in my church, they know he's a good brother. Mm-hmm. But out there, you don't even represent, you don't mirror what the Bible shows. Right? So it's showing us that a bishop, but even though it's a bishop, that pertains to all of us. We all have to do that. Right? Go ahead.
Lest he fall into reproach and the snare of the devil.
Right. So if you don't have a good report, that means there's some wickedness inside, which is you're going to fall into the snare of the devil. Right? Because now you got a foothold. You have an opening there where Satan can work and get into you and get you to fall away from the Most High. Right? That's why we have to operate. We have to not let anything in. So all the time we have to have good report, no matter who's watching us. All right? We're going to drop down to 1 Peter chapter 3. Right? Like I said, even though a bishop is leadership, we all have to have a good report. And we have to all strive to do that. There's nothing better than having a good name. Right? Because your reputation is good. Now there's trust. There's trust there without you have to prove, because you're already shown a pattern of being righteous. So they can say, oh man, can I leave my credit card right there? You know that brother is not going to steal it. Right? Because we know he has a good name. He's honest. Right? I don't have to worry about, oh man, we move my stuff away because some thieves in here. Right? That's what by having your name good like that, people can trust you with so much. Right? If you like we see with the credit system, you're paying your bills on time, you get more credit because they see, oh, he pays on time. Right. So we can give you more. The Most High works the same way. Oh, he's faithful. He's faithful in the little. Let me give him more responsibility now, because I see he's faithful in the small. He's cleaning out floors every Shabbat. When everybody else quit the cleaning, he's still there. Well, let me promote him, because I see he's faithful in that. I could trust him to do these other things. Mm-hmm. But if you ain't trustworthy to do those little things, you're going to just stay right where you at, the same rut. Right? Let's go to 1 Peter chapter 3.
This is 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 15. But sanctify the Most High power in your hearts, and be ready always to give an answer to every man that asketh you a reason of the hope that is in you with meekness and fear.
Right. So whoever comes up to us and asks us, like, man, how come every time at work they serving the pork sandwiches? I never see you eat that. Like, you Muslim? You got to have an answer for that. Right? How come I never heard you curse before? Man, that's an opportunity to show the Most High right there. Right? You can be like, man, I used to curse all the time. Every other word. The Most High took that away from me. I'm a different person now. Right? A lot of times in the truth, we always look at what's the you can't do this, you can't do that, right? A lot of people show the truth in that fashion, and I like to show it in what we can do, what we can get from the Most High, the positive, right? By turning away from those things, I've been more blessed from the Most High in my life. Things been going right for me since I've been not doing those things. Not, I can't do that because I'm serving the Most High. It's a little better, isn't it? Right? I gain more from not doing those things anymore. Right? I gain more peace. I got more peace in my life from not doing those things that I used to do. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 16. Having a good conscience, that whereas they speak evil of you as evildoers, they may be ashamed that falsely accuse you, Slakia, that falsely accuse your good conversation in Christ.
Right, so having a good conscience, right? That means you've been doing the right thing. You can't have a good conscience if you're doing wickedness, right? You're not going to have one. It says, whereas they speak evil of you. So if you don't have a good conscience, they're speaking evil, you know you didn't do nothing. You don't have nothing to worry about. Right? Because they speak evil of Christ. Was Christ going, man, am I doing wrong? He knew he was doing right because he did what the Father said. He did the Father's will. So we have to do the Father's will. If we're always doing the Father's will, it doesn't matter what's being said. Right? It says, they may be ashamed that falsely accuse you. Why? Because it's going to show that's not true. Right? We can't worry about those things. Right? So the Most High, he has to be with us in order for us to give a proper understanding of our faith. So we don't have the Most High in our lives every day. We can't properly relay that to others. We can't properly explain to them why they need to be where we are if we're not doing it. Right? And they're going to see that. When you start speaking, they're going to be like, wow, that makes sense. I see that because you've been operating that way since I've known you. Right? That's why it's not so much about what we're saying to others. It's about our actions. It's not about saying you can't, what the scripture says, do this, do that. We're supposed to live what the scriptures say every day. It's supposed to be evident. Like we look and read about what Christ did. Those around him saw the result of what he was doing, his righteousness. It shows. Just like we see wickedness through people, how their actions, righteousness shows the opposite way. Right? We don't have to guess. We don't have to guess if someone's wicked. We can see the wickedness operating. We're like, oh man, they got a lying spirit. We don't have to figure out, are they wicked? We can see this. That's how righteousness works. Right? So we can't see, if others can't see that you're a light, that means there's darkness there. Right? Let's go to Luke chapter 6. 6 and verse 27. And we see this world is pulling us away. Satan is using everything in his bag to pull us away from the Father. He's using everything. I mean, he's trying to cloud the thing that seems good and making it unrighteous. Right? That's the tricks he's doing. Right? There's so much out here today to confuse us. Why? Because the more people are confused, they go, you know what? I don't even want to do this no more. I'm out. Right? Let's get Luke chapter 6 verse 27.
This is Luke chapter 6, verse 27. But I say unto you which hear, love your enemies.
Right, so he's saying, Christ said, love our enemies. Go ahead.
Do good to them which hate you.
Right, so this is a part of being in his world, not this world, but the Christ world, which is his kingdom. We have to do the opposite of what they say. In this world, they're like, man, they do something to you, you get them back. Right, you don't let somebody take advantage of you. Right, revenge. Right, Christ's like, nah, let it go, love them. What? Nah, I can't do that. That's soft. Nah, that's difficult. That's why the world don't have love, because it's so difficult. Love is so difficult, nobody really has it. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 28. Bless them that curse you.
So bless them that say evil things about you. But hey, man, want some water? Oh, I heard you were struggling with something. Here's $100. Nah. Who's doing that? Most people are like, man, you see your enemy falling, don't help him. Right? That's you heard that one. Go ahead.
And pray for them which despitefully use you.
Wow, so those that took advantage of you, pray for them. Not try to figure out, not don't be petty and try to get them back. It says, pray for them. Wow. Go ahead, bro.
Just one thought. So one thought on this particular precept right here is, I just don't want that to be missed, that this is a conversion mechanism right here, because we understand that both light and dark can't be in the same place, right? So if you're doing your best to represent the light and somebody is coming with a certain amount of darkness, by you displaying your light, you'll either push them away from you or convert them. Damn, I'm always being mean to this person, or I'm always doing something against this person, but I never really got the opportunity to push that button. I can't push that button. So now when somebody know that they don't have that control over you, they got to go back to the drawing board. They got to change their game plan now, because what they thought was going to be used to flip you, to have you act out in a certain way, it didn't work. So now they got nothing. So if two people, if my intention is to draw a certain reaction and it don't work, I'm left with nothing. Right? So that's why when we go out and we street preach, we have a scoffer come up, or somebody that's trying to give us a hard time when we're just trying to give them a message, or you'll even see a spirit on somebody where they walking and talking to themselves, they drawn to you for some reason. You ain't say nothing to them, but they just drawn to you. What we do? Read a scripture. Right. Any scripture. Right. Just open a book and read something. And they walk off. Every time. This just happened Wednesday. Right. God just stood there looking at us like we was total aliens. He ain't saying much either. So we trying to talk to him. What's up, bro? You good? How's it going? You got any questions? He ain't got nothing to say. The officer agent do. Read the scripture. Opened up 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 9. I mean, after, you might not even got through the first sentence. No. He got through about 5 words. He spun off. But he stood there looking at us crazy for like 5 minutes. The whole time. And he opened a precept up, and within like 4 words he left. Because they don't agree. You know what I'm saying? So right. This right here, when he's saying love your enemies, that's because the spirit they're coming with. If you combat that with the spirit of Christ or with the fruit of the spirit, they can't remain there. It don't fit.
Right to his point. The enemy doesn't have to be someone that doesn't like us. He didn't know y'all. Right. But he was opposed to the Most High. And that's why when that scripture came out, he was like, oh, I got to get out of here. That spirit didn't reflect. It was that too much light right there. Right? When you just saying your words, it's like, oh, I'm going to stick around. Right. But there's power in the word of the Most High. That's what framed this whole world. It was from the word. So that came out. He was like, oh, I got to get out of here. Uh-oh. Right? That's why when you see, what's the thing that brought us all here? It was the word, right? That's right. We wasn't running from that. We came to it. So that shows right there. When that word comes up, they're not coming in. They're going. They on Satan's side. Right? Let's go to Romans 12. Right? And like even our families. Could we get this other mic? Is Brother Seth in there? Jada? Right, like just like our families, sometimes we're during the holiday time, right? I go through this a lot on my job because I see so many people in the day. So during holiday time, everybody's just like, oh, Merry Christmas, Happy Thanksgiving. And I could not imagine every time they say it, and I have to be like, I don't do that, it's wicked, right? But that's not really what how we should do things, right? Because we want to win those around us. So doing that, attacking what they're doing, they're in ignorance. Like we were in ignorance before. We was doing all those other things. If someone came to us and said, we would look at them crazy too. Like, what do you mean I can't do Christmas? Right? So we have to keep that in mind, have mercy on those that haven't woken up yet. Because just like we woke up earlier, it's an appointed time for them as well. Right? So we don't want to be the stumbling block that prohibits their awakening. Right? And that goes for those like we see, those that leave the flock and they're just scoffing at the church. They're getting in the way of the Most High. Those that could wake up, they're actually on Satan's side blocking those from that could come in. Right? Because you don't know the trajectory of somebody. You don't know when the Most High is going to use said person. But you just, because you're in the flesh and you want a certain thing to happen the way you want, you forget that the Most High could have did something with you, could have not let you wake up and kept you in sin. Right? So this is way bigger than us. Like no one man is bigger than the program, the Most High's program. None of us are bigger than that. So we can't get in the way of him in somebody else's life. We're supposed to be an asset to you, not try to harm you or kill off your future. We're going to go to Romans chapter 12.
This is Romans chapter 12, picking up at verse 17. Recompense to no man evil for evil.
Right, so if someone do evil to you, don't get them back. Go ahead.
Provide things honest in the sight of all men.
Mm-hmm.
If it be possible, as much as lies in you, live peaceably with all men.
So everything that's in you, you got to keep the peace with those around you. You can't be like, man, I can't believe he did that. This dude lie on me at the job. You know what? I'm about to wait till we get outside. No. Like I said, you don't know the future. Maybe the Most High wants you off that job because he got something better for you down the line. Now you're trying to block it. Huh? You think of that. Sometimes we get comfortable in a spot and you're never going to leave that spot. And then he shake things up and you're trying to stop it because you're comfortable. And he like, man, I'm trying to give you something good. And you like, nah, I love this job. I've been here 20 years. He's trying to free you up. So now you've been praying about doing the work because you're working too many hours and he's trying to get you at the job so now you can do the work. Right. And you're trying to stay on the job. He like, I thought you wanted to do the work. I'm trying to give you work. Right? That's how the Most High works. He works in ways we don't think. Right? We just see what happened now. And we're like, oh, this is bad. Right? But he always turn the bad to good. That's how he works. Go ahead.
On that point, we were speaking on in terms of Abraham, when he received the blessing, right? He had to go somewhere to get that blessing. So like Deacon is bringing out, your blessing may be somewhere else. But if you so bent on staying there, like you're blocking that progression, you're blocking that growth. You're standing in the way of that blessing, that gift the Most High has for you. Because you're not trusting in the Most High. Right? Verse 19. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath.
Right, let it go. Let the Most High handle them. Right? We be wanting swift. That's what takes so many people out that were amongst us. I want justice right now. Why the elder ain't do this? Right? Chill. You don't know the Most High ain't working on a person because you ain't see blood. You want to see blood now. Right? He worked at his pace. He don't work because you want to see it. Go ahead.
For it is written, vengeance is mine.
It's his. Go ahead.
I will repay, saith the Most High. Therefore, if thine enemy hunger, feed him.
Right. So, okay, since you can't repay him, guess what? Feed him then. Repay him that way. Go ahead.
If he thirst, give him drink.
Hey, whatever, anything positive is lawful to do to him. But vengeance, that belongs to the Most High. Go ahead.
For in so doing, thou shalt heap coals of fire on his head.
All right, that's going to burn him. That's how you're going to get him back. By doing good. Like, man, I did so much evil to this guy. Man, he always helped me. He never brought up what I did either. I wonder if I wonder what he's thinking about it. It's going to be plaguing him. He's going to be home, like, he's going to be in the bed. That's what everybody thinks of everything they do when they sleep, about to go sleep. Like, man, I can't believe it. Like, he gonna get me back? He gotta get me back one day. I gotta watch him. He probably can't even go to sleep. You like, man, I want to see vengeance. He getting tormented at night. Right? Heap them hot coals on their head by doing good. Go ahead.
Verse 21. Be not overcome of evil, but overcome evil with good.
Right, so you can't overcome darkness with darkness. You got to do good to overcome the evil. Right? That's why the world is trying to infiltrate all the darkness. Why? They're trying to block out the good. Right? Be more selfish. Think about yourself. Don't think about your neighbor. Your neighbor doesn't matter. Whatever you want to do, that's more important than anybody else. Do that. Be more ambitious about yourself. Don't care about your neighbor. Right? Right? You hear the term neighborhood, right? So now all you hear is hood. They took the neighbor out the hood. Right. So everybody operates hood with no neighbor.
Right.
Right? We got to bring the neighbor back. Right? Mm-hmm. Let's go to Luke chapter 16, verse 1.
This is Luke chapter 16, verse 1. And he said also unto his disciples, there was a certain rich man which had a steward, and the same was accused unto him that he had wasted his goods.
All right, so he's saying that he wasted his goods. Go ahead.
And he called him and said unto him, how is it that I hear this of thee? Give an account of thy stewardship.
Yeah, show me what I gave you. All right? Go ahead.
For thou mayest be no longer steward.
Right, yeah, if you did wrong, you're out of here, you're fired. Right? Go ahead.
Then the steward said within himself, what shall I do? For my Lord taketh away from me the stewardship. I cannot dig to beg, I am ashamed.
Mm-hmm.
I am resolved what to do, that when I am put out of the stewardship, they may receive me into their houses. Verse 5. So he called every one of his Lord's debtors unto him and said unto the first, how much owest thou unto my Lord? And he said, 100 measures of oil. And he said unto him, take thy bill and sit down quickly and write 50. Then said he to another, and how much owest thou? And he said, 100 measures of wheat. And he said unto him, take thy bill and write 80.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 8. And the Lord commended the unjust steward, because he had done wisely. For the children of this world are in their generation wiser than the children of light.
Yeah, the children of this world, they're always scheming to do the next thing. Right? Because we're the sheep. We're innocent. That's why you don't become super rich, because I can't do that. That's not righteous to do. Them, man, they got all the loopholes on how to keep getting it. And I'm going to exploit all of you and make you think you're benefiting, but I'm going to benefit just like, the music industry, right? The artists, they're not getting paid much, but the people you don't see, they're using all talent that the Most High gave our people, and they're getting all the benefit. When they do, when they die, plane crash. Oh wow, I own all the masters. I make more money when they're dead. Isn't that wise of the wicked? We wouldn't do something. We never did anything like that, right?
You know what's interesting about that is even that unjust steward understood he had to show a level of grace. Mm-hmm. Even him being unrighteous or a wicked steward, right. He even understood that. So how much more us who walk in obedience, right? We have to be able to display that level of mercy and grace. Because he knew what to do when his life was on the line, right? So we're supposed to understand that as having the truth, right?
Right, the ambition that they had for the finance, we're supposed to have that ambition for the Most High, the things of the Most High. That's what we're supposed to be thinking of, ways to be more righteous, ways of learning more, right? Having more love for our brothers and our sisters. We're supposed to do those things. Those are the things that are supposed to be first, right? It's not saying not to have ambition in our personal life. No, it's an order to it. The Most High is supposed to be first, and those other things are after. Otherwise, those become our gods when we can't put anything before the Most High. Right? Let's go to Luke chapter 6, verse 9. 16, verse 9, Slakia.
Dropping down to verse 9. And I say unto you, make to yourselves friends of the mammon of unrighteousness.
Right, so Christ is saying, make friends of those that are doing well out there. All right? Go ahead.
That when ye fail, they may receive you into everlasting habitations.
And what were we talking about early in this lesson? We were talking about being righteous in this evil world, right? Having a good report with those are without. Why? Because in bad times, they'll be like, man, you struggling? Here, you need a car? I got a car. It's been sitting in the garage. You can have it. Seen that happen. But if you just, you've been cursing and railing at them, calling them wicked, they were like, man, he an Israelite? I'm keeping my car. Right? Go ahead. Let's go to Luke chapter 16, verse 10.
Verse 10. He that is faithful in that which is least is faithful also in much. And he that is unjust in the least is unjust also in much.
Right. So you're faithful in a little, you're going to be faithful in the just. We said that earlier. If you can't be not faithful, that's the requirement for the Most High. Anyone that's been used for the Most High, from Abraham, Moses, they've been all faithful. Right? That means you're trustworthy. That means you're consistent. Every single day. Even if you make a mistake, you get back on again. You don't soak and cry and say, I need a break. I'll see you guys in a few months. I don't know, let me go home and see what's going to happen out there. No. You get back on and keep going. Faithfulness is to never stop, no matter what happens. That's what faithfulness is. Right.
So this precept pretty much is how the Most High looks at us to identify as who's who, right? By charting our faithfulness. Because if we can master something that's insignificant, then we're showing that we'll show up, right? We're showing that we're consistent. We show that we'll sweep the floors every week, right? So now the fact that we can count on them floors being swept every week, or maybe we can count on you doing something bigger, because it's not about what you know. It's not about how many precepts you can repeat. It's not about how good you can give a lesson. Can you show up? Can you be consistent? Can you do what's required of you regardless of if the deck is stacked against you? We see a lot of times, as the scriptures say, we got to labor to enter into the Sabbath, right? So some people, they got to go through a flat tire. They got to call an Uber. They got to get on 3 buses. But we know that they'll get here. Or somebody might break a fingernail and not show up, right? Something that's like very easily overcome will allow for that to hold us back. But the Most High didn't call you to be complacent, right? He called you to be consistent. He told us to be courageous. He told us to be what he needed us to be so that his light could show through us, right? But if we're not faithful in the smallest of things, how could we get used on a bigger scale? How could he count on us to lead his people if he can't count on us to do just the basic things? So when we talk about this, consistency is the, like, I don't want to say the most important thing, but it is definitely one of the most important things in this walk, right? Of course, we got to endure, we got to overcome, but consistency is at the top of the list.
Calm. Like I said, you got somebody that they could still steal a little bit. They'll steal a lot too. Right? So faithfulness is definitely important, because we wouldn't be able to get the work wouldn't get done. The apostles wouldn't have been able to spread the gospel if they weren't faithful. Paul he would have quit, right? Just think about it. All the work gets paused when we're not faithful. When time is speeding up because the end is near. So things don't happen the way it should because people they're getting their feelings. Like, this walk is not about feelings. It ain't about feelings. You look at the book. It ain't nothing, no feelings in this. You didn't do this, you get that. You do right, you get the blessing. Ain't let me figure out a way to talk easy to this person because, they got their feelings. Like, we don't got time for feelings. Like, when we hit the wilderness, feelings? Nah. This is the training ground. Like, we look at this stuff as milk, loving our neighbor, giving to those in need, as small. But if we can't do those are the things that get people to quit the most. Getting their feelings hurt, not having temperance. Those are the things that get people to be like, man, they ain't even dealing with the Bible no more. They quoting all the precepts. Got a thick precept book. You make them mad. That's all it takes is to get them mad, and then they walk away from the Most High. Are you kidding me? Men that have been losing their families, put to death for this that we reading every week, and all it takes for me to do is to make you mad for you to quit. Is that strength?
If you look at everyone that had an excuse or operated according to their feelings within the scripture, they didn't make it. Right. They didn't make it because when they was murmuring in the wilderness, they was in their feelings. They was complaining, we ain't like this. We know what the punishment for murmuring is, right? Mm-hmm. So pretty much them being in their feelings got them killed. When Christ said, follow me, they said, let me, go kiss my wife goodbye. Mm-hmm. Let me go make sure my animals is good. You making an excuse. You in your feelings, right? Because Christ is saying, follow me, and everything else is being taken care of, but you trying to go take care of it yourself. When he's saying, do the major part first and everything else will fall in line, but you worried about the sheep. You want to make sure that the cows got their water today when he like put all of that down and follow me. So what you're doing is you're just making an excuse. So I really don't want to do what you're calling me to do. I'm going to come up with something that's going to keep me from operating according to my purpose, right? Anybody that don't operate according to their purpose don't allow themselves to get the reward. So he said, let the dead bury the dead, right?
Yep.
Let that handle itself. You do what you're supposed to do. You do what's important. And by you getting that blessing, by you winning that prize, it can benefit the people and the things that you are allowing to keep you from it. All right. So do what's most important first. Everything else lines up. There's no excuses here.
Right. And you on the day of judgment, none of those excuses is going to work. It's only what we've done. Right. So every little thing matters. Like we look at small things as, I was nice to somebody. Like, all of those things are being counted in heaven. Like, man, you always made people feel good. You always gave people encouragement. Versus every time you come around, it's negativity. That goes on your record. Right? Like, man, every time this brother or this sister come around, like, they just positive, even when things ain't going right. Right? That's how we got to be. That's a part of being not in this world. Right? Satan, everything with Satan is inverted from what the Most High has. Right? So wicked, Most High is righteousness. Love, they got hate. Stealing, selfishness, we're giving. Right? It's the opposite. That's all you got to look at. It's like, if whatever they're doing, just do the opposite. It's pretty easy. They're giving out free shots. All right, I'm not doing that. It's easy. You see the whole crowd, because the scripture said the way to the destruction is broad. Righteousness is narrow. Right? So most people are not going to be following this. Right? Just look. Like we see we're at war. We see it in a war. You have bodies falling all around us. Former saints around us, saints that ain't here. Those are soldiers that have been taken out in the war we in. But guess what? We got to do. We got to stay faithful and keep going no matter what. We can't be looking back going like, man, my brother, the war, you don't want to be taken out. All right? Let's go Luke chapter 16, verse 12.
This is Luke chapter 16, verse 12. And if ye have not been faithful in that which is another man's, who shall give you that which is your own?
Right. No one's going to trust you to have your own. All right? Because you're a person that's always begging now. And anything that you get, you squander. Right? The Most High, he's about self-sufficiency too. We got to be self-sufficient. Even though we're supposed to give, but we can't be a burden to each other. I can't be like, oh, you can't be the person that every time you come around, like, oh, he gonna ask me for something. When the phone ring, and they like, hey, Shalom. What's the first thing you thinking? Like, what you want? Just get to it. You don't want to be that person. That's not what the Most High wants. You should be like, oh, Sister so-and-so calling. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 13. No servant can serve two masters.
Right, so you have to pick a side in this walk. Right? You can't straddle the fence. Let me see who's going to win today. It don't work like that in this kingdom. You see Satan's side, they committed. We got to be committed to the Most High. But lack of commitment shows lack of faith. That's why people that don't go all in, they don't really believe. I always say there's people that don't really get involved. They just sit in the back every week. They don't do nothing. Soon as we close out in prayer, they gone. They're not really here. They're not faithful. Why? Because you're going to want to help in some aspect. You're going to want to put your hand to something if you believe. If you believe this is the church of the Most High, you're going to want to do something. Anything. Because you're going to take ownership. Something that belongs to you that's precious, you're going to protect it. You're going to make sure it's clean. You're going to make sure it ain't damaged. Someone try to grab it that you don't know, you're going to be like, hold on. Let me show you how to do this. Let's do this together. When you don't care about it, you're just like, let me sit back and see what happened. Oh, they got it. Right. That's why it's very easy to see those that are really here and those are just spectating. We don't need cheerleaders. Most High not looking for cheerleaders. One second. All right. Get 1 Corinthians 10. Yeah. 1 Corinthians 10:23.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 23. All things are lawful for me, but all things are not expedient.
Right. So Paul is like, all things are lawful for me. Right? But doesn't mean, like, just because something you can do doesn't mean you should do it. Right? Like, I could go to a buffet and go through the line 5 times. It's lawful for me to go eat at a buffet, but if I overeat, that ain't good. Right? I'm being light there. But the point is, just because something is good doesn't mean you should do something. Why? Because it can affect others around you in a way. They can be like, oh, he doing that? Okay. Right? They might not know. So we have to be sensitive to people that are watching us. We can't just do things all the time. Right? Things have to be done in a certain order and a way. Go ahead.
All things are lawful for me, but all things are not expedient. All things are lawful for me, but all things edify not.
Right. So the whole point he's making is, like, especially what we're teaching, is it edifying? Is it going to build those that are hearing? Are we just rambling so we can let people know what we know? Right? That's why it's so important to be sensitive to those that are around. Because, what are people dealing with? We got to hit those things. We can't just start talking about things that have no importance. Because, like I said, time is short. We got to get right to it. Right? Just look at the apostles, how they were operating. They operated short time. We got a short time. So there was no time to waste. We got to spread this gospel now. Right? And the time is that way now. There's so much false teaching today, like they had then. But now we got social media, which I say social media made it way worse. Versus, like, before social media, you could stay away from it and not even hear about certain things. Now it just pop up on your screen. Right? So Satan goes, okay, you want to spread the truth? I'll cloak the truth in lies and put it out to confuse people. Right? That's what we're seeing. So people go, well, I don't know what's true anymore. They get weary. So we have to protect ourselves. Like, if you're a person always seeking knowledge, you gotta be patient. Take a break from that stuff, because you're gonna get confused. Things are gonna come up, new doctrines. Right? Go ahead.
That made me think about how the enemy should wear out the saints. Like you're saying, that constant flood, we got to constantly guard our senses against all these attacks, right? And if you're not committed, if you're not locked in, it's going to be, or invested, like Deacon was bringing out, it's going to allow a lot of people to just put the plow down. Because it takes dedication and commitment. And a lot of people, it starts weighing on them. They get fatigued, right? Like you was bringing out earlier. You can't keep putting on the Shabbat face. After a while,
it's gonna crack.
Exactly.
It's gonna crack. Right.
So we got to be here for the right reason, huh?
Right, good point. Right, because if you're not real, the test's gonna come. Right? We're all here to prove ourselves to the Most High. Right? And we're gonna all be tested. So we faking it, you're gonna be gone. Right, right. The light, because it's gonna shine on the darkness. Right. Go to 25, verse 25. Or 24.
Yes, sir. 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 24. Let no man seek his own, but every man another's wealth. Mm-hmm. Whatsoever is sold in the shambles, that eat.
Right. So what Paul is showing is like in the shambles is the market, right? So you have food. We looked at food as being common or unclean, right? So you had the clean food being next to the unclean. So you're like, yo, I can't eat that. So Paul, what he's saying is he can eat it, but then you got those that are around that go, he over there eating uncommon food, even though it's lawful to eat the food because it's clean, but it could be a stumbling block to those that see him doing something that is righteous, but they can use that as an excuse to be like, I'm going to do unrighteousness now because I saw what he was doing, right? So we have to be aware, like, okay, if I got this brother with me that's going to be like, man, he's eating that he's eating that common food. You got to be like, you know what? I'm not going to do that while he's there because I don't want to be a stumbling block to him, even though what you're doing is not unrighteous. Right?
Right. It's like you didn't have them clean the machine. Like, oh, you ain't going to have them clean it? You just going to let them. Right? So being considerate of your neighbor, like you're bringing out, Deacon.
Right. Verse 26 or 25.
Whatsoever is sold in the shambles, that eat, asking no questions, for conscience sake. For the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof.
Right, so I'm gonna be like, yo, like you said, are you gonna clean the machine? Like, right? Damn, you're right. Right, so the liberty that has been given to us is not used to be a stumbling block in front of anyone, but rather to edify. So that's how we gotta use it. Right? Like I said, the shambles was a Gentile meat market. And an Israelite custom was to not eat the meat that was common or defiled because it was prepared next to something that was unclean. Right? So we get the Strong's kosher or kashar in the Strong's. You see it? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
H3787, kashar or kosher, suitable.
Right, so it's suitable to consume, right? Let's go to 1 Corinthians 10, verse 27.
Dropping down to verse 27. If any of them that believe not bid you to a feast, and ye be disposed to go, whatsoever is set before you, eat, asking no question, for conscience sake.
Right, yeah, whatever is lawful, right? So if it's they got pork belly, it's no. But it's saying like, you don't be like, oh, did you clean the grill before you made that? Right? Because you're going to be disrespectful to someone, you're a guest. And then you're going to be like, hey, come to Shabbat class next week. Right? Just think about that. They're gonna be your guests if they show up, and they're gonna be like, "Did y'all clean your grill when y'all cook the food after class? Right? Did y'all sanitize? I seen a brother ain't had no gloves on. Right? So we gotta think of that. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 28. But if any man say unto you, this is offered in sacrifice unto idols.
Right, that's when you be like, all right, nah. Right? Once if they say that, yeah, this is our meal to Buddha. Like, all right, I'm good. I'm allergic. Right? Go ahead.
Eat not for his sake that showed it, and for conscience sake. For the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof.
Right. Everything on this earth belongs to the Most High. Right? Go ahead.
Conscience, I say, not thine own, but of the other. For why is my liberty judged of another man's conscience?
Right. Go ahead.
For if I, by grace, be a partaker, why am I evil spoken of for that for which I give thanks?
Right. So he's saying, like, I'm not doing nothing wrong for eating. It's lawful, right? So are you speaking evil of it? That's what Paul is stating. But that just shows some people aren't mature enough yet, so they don't have the understanding. So they see certain things and they just automatically like, oh, wow, see, what are you doing? Right? So you got people that are waiting for you to do something. If you're somebody that's been faithful, you got those that have an evil eye, and they're waiting for one thing, one slip up, so they can be like, see, I'm out of here. Right? Mm-hmm. That's not of the Most High. Go ahead.
All right. And that's loving your neighbor, like you were saying. Even though you know you can do it, so that they're not struggling with something, you refrain from it. Mm-hmm. Right? Verse 12, give no offense. Verse 31. Whether therefore ye eat or drink or whatsoever ye do, do all to glory of the Most High.
Right. So everything we're doing in this life is unto the Most High. That's why I said earlier, it doesn't matter how small the thing is, it's unto the Most High. Once we're called unto Him, our whole life is supposed to resemble what the Most High told us to do in our daily life, right? Everything we do is unto Him, right? It's our life, but we're a living sacrifice. So getting up in the morning, whatever you're doing, do it unto the Most High, right? With excellence. That's excellent. You're gonna be doing things with excellence when you have that mindset, because you're like, man, I'm sweeping this floor to the glory of the Most High, right? I'm helping an elderly person. That's unto the Most High. I'm doing righteous communication. That's unto the Most High. Smiling at somebody that you don't know. That's unto the Most High. Right? If we all thought like that, we'd have peace everywhere we went. If everybody was thinking that everything I'm doing is unto the Most High, you wouldn't hurt anybody. No one would steal or anything because it's unto the Most High, right? Instead of now, the world is unto themselves. So the ambition, I get it any way I can get it, and whoever I got to step over to get it, I'll step over them, right? You got something?
Yeah, on that point, I got a precept. 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 58. Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord. For as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord.
Right. Anything we doing, it's not for nothing. Like I said. Go ahead.
Going back to 1 Corinthians chapter 10, picking up at verse 32. Give none offense, neither to the Jews, nor to the Gentiles, nor to the church of God.
It says, give no offense, neither to the Jew or the Gentile. Wow. So the Gentiles, wow, we got to be kind to the Gentiles? We can't curse the Gentiles out? Wow. Maybe he's talking about, maybe these are Jews. They're not Gentiles, right? That way I can keep being wicked to the Gentiles because these are Jews. Yeah. Not in the same? So you're supposed to be the kings and queens of the earth, and you're going to go to the lowest vibration, which is being evil to people. That's not even how the Most High operate. Like you said, the sun shines on the wicked and the unjust, right? The just and unjust. Right? He'd be like, I'm gonna just only shine the sun on this area over here. They getting over there is drought. It's dark and drought. No rain, no sun. Go ahead, 33.
Verse 33. Even as I please all men in all things, not seeking mine own profit.
Right, so you're not doing this to get something out of it. It's just the decent thing to do. You shouldn't get anything for being a nice person. You should just be a nice person. Go ahead.
But the profit of many, that they may be saved.
Right, so operating this way is to profit the kingdom, not ourselves individually, but we're doing this unto the Lord so the kingdom can be built and we can get more souls in here. So we can have more light than darkness in the world. The more that we have in here in the light, the earth gets better because it's less dark. Right? That's why we got to operate this way. So Christ and the apostles are showing us how to operate so we can build the kingdom in a different way versus just talking to people. They can just see like, man, this person is amazing. Why are you this way? Right? The Most High, like, man, I got to come to your church. So I could be like that too. I could get what you got. Man, you always looking bright. I could see the glow. You always happy. I ain't never seen you angry at nobody. Man, I got to get what you get. I never met anybody like you. Right? Versus you just like everybody else. Right? The light shines in the darkness. Everyone can see the light. It's easy to see the light if you're around darkness. Like, wow, they're different. Something different about you. Wow, the way you talk. It's like it's from heaven. Mm-hmm. Right? Right, so anybody we're around, co-workers, bosses, family, your family shouldn't be like, oh, here they come. Every time they come in here, they talking about how, I'm doing this, talking about that. And now your family don't want you there. So guess what? Now they're closed off to the truth. Right? That's the stumbling block. That we get held accountable to the Most High for that. Because he's like, man, I wanted to save your brother, but you couldn't shut your mouth. Think about that. I wanted to save your mother. But every time you went over there, you wouldn't let me work. You tried to do the work yourself. Like nobody forced us to get here. Anybody force you to get here? No. You heard the word and you were like, no, I need to be there because the truth is there. No one twisted your arm to be here. So you can't be twisting other people's arm trying to get them here because it's not going to work. All right? 1 Peter chapter 4.
This is 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 12. Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you.
Right. Don't think what is this happening to me? Right? The trial is to try you. It's to see if you really about what you say. Right? All that talk you been having, are you really about it? Let me make him mad, see if he leave. That's the trial. You gonna face a trial. Let me see if he leave. Oh, he didn't get what he wanted to do a ministry. Bishop told him no. Oh, I'm leaving. Oh, he wasn't really about it. You failed the trial. You failed the test. You know what? I'm going to leave the church and start a YouTube page. Man, you wasn't doing no work in the church. Now you want to start a YouTube page. Right. Nah, Most High not with that. Right? So we can't think it's strange. Things are going to happen. We got to be spiritually aware when those things happen so we don't get taken out. Go ahead.
As though some strange thing happened unto you.
Right, it's some strange thing. Right, go ahead.
But rejoice, inasmuch as ye are partakers of Christ's suffering, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy.
Right, so you got to go through the trial and come out on the other side. But if we keep falling and failing, you're not going to get that joy. Go ahead.
Verse 14. If ye be reproached for the name of Christ, happy are ye.
Right, so by us representing Christ, if we're getting evil done towards you because of that, that's good. But we can't be doing something outside of that and getting reproached and then try to say, oh, it's Christ. It's because I'm a Christian. But you at the job just got the sword cutting everybody. And like, they're persecuting me now. No. Go ahead.
For the spirit of glory and of the Most High rests upon you.
Because look, Christ wasn't attacking the Pharisees. They were coming to him. He wasn't going. You didn't see him talking about the Pharisees every Shabbat. He said, listen to them. Do what they say. Don't do what they do. Right? So he was giving them respect as the leaders. But he was just doing his own thing. He was doing the work that the Father sent him to do, not worrying about what they were doing.
He was approaching them in private,
right.
Telling people to respect them publicly.
Exactly. Exactly. Right, because when you become a leader, you want people to listen to you, right? Right. Go ahead.
On their part, he is evil spoken of, but on your part, he is glorified. Mm-hmm. But let none of you suffer as a murderer.
Right. So don't be doing killing and then, oh, I'm suffering. No. You deserve that. Go ahead.
Or as a thief. Mm-hmm. Or as an evildoer. Or as a busybody in other men's matters.
Right. You over there in everybody's business. Spreading what they don't want spread. Right? And you know what happens when that happens? People will be like, oh, you know what happened? It don't even be the full story. Right? He's saying, concentrate on what you got going on. What are you worried about what everybody else doing? People do that when they ain't got no work. They ain't not doing nothing themselves. So they start meddling with everybody else. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 16, yet if any man suffer as a Christian, let him not be ashamed.
Right. This is where suffering is good. Suffering as a Christian, a follower of Christ. Go ahead.
but let him glorify the Most High on this behalf.
Right, you glorify the Most High. Why? Because Christ was persecuted and killed. Right? So now, like it says, the servant is not greater than his master. So now it's like, man, you can't be more Christ-like to get the same result and fight that he got. All right, go ahead.
For the time is come that the judgment must begin at the house
of the Most High.
Mm-hmm.
And if it first begin at us, what shall the end of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High?
Right. So the gospel, it comes to us first. Right. So if you're not obeying it, the judgment's going to be even more harsh. All right. Go ahead.
Verse 18. And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear?
Right. So the righteous barely going to make it with skin of our teeth. The unrighteous have no shot. Right. It's a tight window. Small window of error. Like, go to the left a little bit, you off. Go ahead.
Verse 19. Wherefore, let them that suffer according to the will of the Most High commit the keeping of their souls to him in well-doing, as unto a faithful Creator.
Right. So as a follower of Christ, we got to remember we have to follow him in all things, including suffering and even unto death. We have to be faithful unto the end with the Most High. Right? Like Peter said, rejoice that we are even considered worthy to suffer as the Messiah. Right? Right? It's to be in just being mentioned in the same sentence as Christ. Like, man, you're being persecuted just like Christ. You know that's the ticket in. You're getting persecuted for being evil. You're going to be with Satan and his angels. Right? Let's get the definition. It's busybody. It's the Greek word for busybody. It's not showing it though. Meddler and yeah. See it?
Yep. So the definition is one who takes the supervision of affairs pertaining to others and in no wise to himself.
That sounds like our people. So it's one who takes the supervision of affairs pertaining to others and in no wise to himself. Yeah, so he's seeing what you got going and he judging it, but his life is a mess. And he not adhering to his own advice. Right?
Can't supervise himself.
That's like somebody that's unemployed telling you how to do your job. Yeah. You ain't got no job, man. When you get a job and stop trying to tell me how to do mine. Supervising of affairs pertaining to others. It's a wild definition.
Yeah. So 1 Peter 4:15, Peter says, referring to those who with holy but intemperate zeal meddle with the affairs of the Gentiles, whether public or private, civil or sacred, in order to make them conform to the Christian standard. So according to the lexicon and the Strong's, a busybody in other men's matters is a person who wants everything to be holy, set apart, but is spiritually immature and does not know how to control his zeal. Yeah, you got people like that. As soon as something happens, you're like, chill. They're just, right? Most High not going to use a person like that because they don't have self-control, which is the fruit of the Spirit. You got to have temperance. Right? Right, you got to be temperate in all things. Right? Like going and preaching in front of a Christian church or, in an LGBT rally, like that's not going to work. You're not going to reach them that way. Like, what they got the bacchanal going and you out there trying to, they like, shh. What? No one, they using the flyer is I don't know what they use it for, a coaster for their drinks. Right? That's not the time. That's not like the best time to spread the gospel. Right? There's a time. You want to get them when the partying done. Right? You get them on the side. Right? Let's go to 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 9.
This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 9. But as touching brotherly love, ye need not that I write unto you, for ye yourselves are taught of the Most High to love one another. Mm-hmm. And indeed, ye do it toward all the brethren which are in all Macedonia. But we beseech you, brethren, that ye increase more and more.
Right. Go ahead.
And that ye study to be quiet.
Right. So it says, study to be quiet. Learn to do that. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
And to do your own business.
Don't worry. Don't be a busybody. Concentrate on what you got going on. You got issues yourself. Go ahead.
And to work with your own hands as we commanded you.
Right. So you got to do work. Like, you got to make sure you start being quiet. Don't be a busybody and get to work. Go ahead.
Verse 12, that ye may walk honestly toward them that are without.
Right. So you can look. So now when they see you on the outside, they're like, oh, he got himself together. Let me hear what you got to say. Right. Go ahead.
And that ye may have lack of nothing.
Right. You're not begging. Go ahead. Oh, that's it on that. Right? So we can't be causing issues with those on the outside, because we're supposed to be a light to bring those Gentiles in, or Israelites that are in ignorance. But if we're doing what the world is doing, it's not going to work. So they're going to be like, I'm doing better than you. I got more self-control than you got. I always see you snapping on people. Why am I going to listen? You know, those people look for any excuse, any little excuse. So this is what the scripture is telling us, to not give them any excuse by making sure we got ourselves together before we start trying to spread the gospel. Like, you see the apostles, they were all working. None of them was not working when they got the job. They all was on the job. Christ was like, oh, I can use him, tax collector. He didn't get nobody that was unemployed. Because it translates into spiritual. Like, man, these dudes are diligent on their job. He gonna be diligent working for me. Man, they fishermen. That means to be a fisherman, you gotta be patient. Anybody fishing here before? If you don't have patience, you ain't gonna fish. That's why he picked them. Because some days you don't catch nothing. The first hour you might not catch nothing. But you know, man, I caught a lot before. If I stick it out, man, I'm gonna catch me a big one. No, let me change my bait. This ain't working. Let me change how I go talk to them this time. Right? That's why he picked them. Right? Just think about the jobs you've had in your life, and it translates to being in here. The Most High have you do things because he know you're going to need it later. A lot of those jobs weren't for nothing. All those experiences you learned, talking to people, counseling people, that's all needed in here. Right?
I think that's a great point in terms of the men Christ selected, right? Those being fishermen, because like you said, you're not going to always catch fish. So that in itself takes a level of faith to go back out there, knowing that, okay, I might not catch nothing, but I'm willing, right, to go out. The consistency, right? Like you were saying earlier, just showing up, right? Not letting that discourage you. right?
And think about this. The sea represent the world, right? The net represents the gospel.
Mm-hmm.
The boat represents the church. We're going to take them in. We're going to clean them up, right?
Mm-hmm.
All of that. Look how that worked. Christ was strategic. He's like, I'm going to get the tax collector. I need somebody to handle the money. Tax collector, he go door to door. So he talking to people all the time. People that don't like him when he show up. So when he bring the gospel, he gonna have thick skin because he used to people cursing him out when he bringing information. They like, why are you here? So you got to be able to go back out there getting rejected.
Right.
See? Let's go to 2 Corinthians chapter 6.
This is 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 14. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship has righteousness with unrighteousness? And what communion has light with darkness?
Right, they don't mix. Right? So if you with unbelievers and you just comfortable with them, you probably not righteous. Go ahead.
And what concord has Christ with Belial?
Right. Christ ain't hanging with Satan. Go ahead.
Or what part has he that believes with an infidel?
Mm-hmm. Right. Somebody that don't handle his business with his family. Right?
Verse 16. And what agreement has the temple of the Most High with idols? For ye are the temple of the living power. As the Most High has said, I will dwell in them and walk in them, and I will be their power, and they shall be my people.
All right, so he will dwell in us versus dwelling in the building made by hands. He made it better. Now he dwells within us. Right? But we can never be destroyed. The temple could be destroyed. But now it's perfect. Go ahead.
Wherefore, come out from among them, and be ye separate,
right,
saith the Most High.
Come from out of the world and separate yourself. Other words, being holy. Right? Go ahead.
And touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you.
Right. Don't touch those sinful things. Right? And he will receive you. Go ahead.
Verse 18. And will be a father unto you, and ye shall be my sons and daughters, saith the Most High Almighty.
Right. So Paul stated of being unequally yoked from Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 10. Right? And it said, thou shalt not plow with an ox and a donkey together. Right? They're opposite. The donkey could be stubborn. He go sit down. The ox trying to go forward. So guess what's going to happen? You're just going to stay in one spot and nothing going to get done. Right? I said, as true Christians, an ox already plowing can't be taken on other beliefs. So we can't take on other beliefs and be sitting here. Because you're going to just be in one spot. You're looking at some other doctrine and you hear on the Shabbat. You like, I believe everything, but I don't know about the name, though. All right. So now you're not going to operate. You're not going to put your hand to the plow now because you're like, I don't know. But I love the fellowship, though. The fellowship here, man, GOCC fellowship is amazing. That's why I'm still here. But the other stuff, I'm not sure. That ain't good enough. You ain't gonna last though. If you're that way, you're not gonna last. All right. It's 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 1.
Yes, sir. This is 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 1. I exhort, therefore, that first of all, supplications, prayers, intercessions, and giving of thanks be made for all men, for kings and for all that are in authority.
Right, so we're supposed to pray for kings and for all men that are in authority above us. Think about that. If they're in authority and we're not praying for them, we want to pray that they deal with us righteously. Right? We should pray for our government leaders. Like, hopefully that they let us keep preaching the gospel. Don't mess with us when we out there. The angels protect us. Keep them, relax. Instead of just going, hey, the wicked Republicans and Democrats, we still here. We want them to be easy on us, like we did this in Babylon. Right? This ain't the first time. Go ahead.
That we may lead a quiet and peaceable life in all godliness and honesty.
Yeah, we want to lead a quiet and peaceful life. You want peace, right?
Right.
Or do we want chaos? Right? We want more laws on us. Or get them to, take that over somewhere overseas or something. Go ahead.
Verse 3. For this is good and acceptable in the sight of our Savior, who will have all men to be saved and to come unto the knowledge of the truth.
Right. So we're praying for our leaders. We should want them to view us as like, man, that church, they ain't like them other ones. So they changed. Let me change my perspective of what I thought. Right? Look at Christ. Look at the centurion. Right? He healed the centurion servant. He could have been like, nah, they were the wicked Roman soldiers. Right? He healed them. And he had more faith than the Israelites. Right? He was like, no, just say the word, he'll be healed. Christ was going to go there. He's like, nah, you ain't even got to go there. Just say it. Right? But we see that. Like the scripture, politics and scripture, we see it all over the Bible. Moses and Pharaoh. Right? Advocating for us while we're in captivity. That they don't put so much burden on us. Right? So, for us to pray for everyone, like the scripture is saying, for us to pray for everyone, including for those that are in government, whether it be a president or governor. That might be tough for some, huh? But I'm praying for him, right? The police force. Like, you want to pray for them. When they pull you over, that the Most High put a spirit that they can discern that you're not a threat. Those are good things. Right? And that we can live peaceful in these foreign countries. Right? Because we're all waiting for our redemption. We shouldn't be sitting there like accepting the chaos. We got to be praying for things that are around us. Because we got to live here. Like the title says, we're in the world. We're not of it, but we're still here. Right? Let's go to 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 13. We're almost done. I don't see y'all sleeping, so I'm doing all right. All praises.
This is 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 13. Submit yourselves to every ordinance of men for the Lord's sake.
Right, so yield your will to every ordinance of man, right? Go ahead.
Whether it be to the king as supreme, or unto governors, as unto them that are sent by him for punishment of evildoers.
Right, so those who do evil, the Most High uses them to afflict judgment. Right? Go ahead.
And for the praise of them that do well.
Right, so you should be doing well, and they be like, man, that family is great, and they're an asset to the community. Go ahead.
Verse 15, for so is the will of the Most High, that with well-doing ye may put to silence the ignorance of foolish men.
Right, so they can't say anything evil about you living in this world, because they see, man, they operate so righteously. I've never seen something like that. I always thought they were wicked. I always thought, man, they're no good. I looked at them and thought something else, but when they started talking, I was like, wow, so much wisdom. Right? That's one thing all of our forefathers, once they got the Most High, they operated with wisdom in front of kings. And they got in good, and guess what? It benefited the nation. Mm-hmm. Right. Go ahead.
Verse 16, as free and not using your liberty for a cloak of maliciousness.
Right, because now you know who you are. Don't use that to do evil, because you know the fall of Babylon's coming. So I'm going to just do whatever because I know that it's collapsing. Right? He didn't set us up to do that. We're not a military fighting force. Right? He didn't send us out here to take up arms against the country. That's not what he set us up to do. He set us up to be a light to the Gentile and to the Israelites. Right? Go ahead.
But as the servants of the Most High, honor all men, love the brotherhood.
Right, so respect all men, not just the ones you want. Give everybody some respect. Go ahead. Love the brotherhood.
Fear the Most High.
Fear the Most High.
Honor the King.
Honor the King. Right? So in the spiritual, we got to do what's righteous. And then in this natural world, we got to do what's righteous. We can't be like, well, I'm going to do the spiritual thing correct. And then when it comes to them, I'm going to just be a terror. No, you can't be selective. Right? So we got to show respect to the government we are under, because the Most High put them there in place. Right? Example, like King Nebuchadnezzar and Darius, they were called the servant of the Most High. Right? Because the Most High used them to carry out judgments on this earth. Right? Because look, the Most High is using Trump to do some good right now. Right? He's using them to carry, him and Netanyahu to carry out so we can get our freedom. Right? So he can bring an end to the world and prophecy can be fulfilled. Right? Yeah, it's a good thing. Right? Joseph going into Egypt. Right? Having a dream, how the Most High sent him there in the pit. That's a bad situation. Most people are like, man, the Most High turned his back on me. But he was there for a bigger purpose. Right? That's a chess move from the Most High. Right? I need him in that land. Versus him just walking through the front door. He set them there right under their nose. Then he ends up like, man, he got some wisdom. What? You interpret dreams. Come up here. Right? Right? Now all of a sudden we all ain't good now. The Most High do that reputation. Abraham, we hear off his reputation. Right? He wouldn't have chose us if Abraham wasn't what he was. It could have been someone else. All right, let's go to John chapter 15.
This is John chapter 15, verse 18. If the world hate you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you.
All right, so Christ was hated before we were hated. All right, welcome to the club. Go ahead.
If ye were of the world would love his own.
Right. So if you're being loved, then you're of the world. Right? Go ahead.
But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you.
There's that reputation again. Because of Christ's reputation, his name, right? Now we're hated because we fall on him. And the world don't like that. Why? Because that light shining on the darkness. It's showing like, man, I feel like, you know how people feel judged when you come around because it's like, you don't even say nothing because they know what you're about. That's what it is. They hating that light because they want to continue in darkness. Go ahead.
Remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord.
Right, the servant's not greater. So you're the servant of Christ. You're going to get the same thing because you fall on him. We're not going to go through this unscathed. No bruises, no scratches, no trial. Right? People turning their back on us, speaking evil on us. You're not going to go through this walk without going through none of those battles. Go ahead.
If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you.
Yeah, he's the greatest man that ever been in this world. So we're not gonna get nothing. Go ahead.
If they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also.
Right. So we fall on Christ and we kept his sayings. They're gonna keep ours. That's what he's saying. Let's go to John 17:13. 17:13.
This is John chapter 17, verse 13. And now come I to thee, and these things I speak in the world, that they might have my joy fulfilled in themselves. I have given them thy word, and the world has hated them.
This is Christ talking to the Father. Go ahead.
Because they are not of the world, even as I am not of the world. I pray not that thou shouldest take them out of the world.
Right, so he's not praying that we don't face the things that's in this world. That's not what he's praying. That's what most of us do that. We want to pray the trouble away. Right? Going back to Joseph. He could have been praying the trouble away, but he needed to go through that because there was something greater coming. Right? So we got to pray for strength to go through it. The endurance. We can't pray for the thing to go away. We got to pray for the strength and the patience to go through. Right? Go ahead.
But that thou shouldest keep them from the evil.
Right. Keep them from the evil. Right? If we away from the evil, we're going to make it. If you're around the evil, you're not going to make it. Go ahead.
Verse 16. They are not of the world, even as I am not of the world. Sanctify them through thy truth.
Separate them with the truth. The truth separates. Because you got the truth, the lies are exposed. Go ahead.
Thy word is truth.
The word of the Most High is truth. They hate that. Like you brought up when y'all started reading the word on the street. The spirit couldn't handle it. He got out of there. What did Christ do to Satan when he tried to offer him the kingdom? See, he used the word on him. What happened? He left. He said it is written, right? Go ahead.
Verse 18. As thou hast sent me into the world, even so have I also sent them into the world.
Right. So whatever the Most High sent Christ down in the world, he sent us the same way. So this is the way to get to where he is. We can't go another way. Go ahead. If we try to avoid that way, we going another way. And it ain't up. Go ahead.
And for their sakes I sanctify myself, that they also might be sanctified through the truth.
All right, Shabbat Shalom. That concludes the lesson. Praise the Most High.